Hello everybody, we're down here in the lab. I got some good news and some bad news. This time, not bad news about me, it makes a change, doesn't it? Anyway, unknown camera, very good, has time lapse on it. The one you're on doesn't, and you just thought with a 30 gig hard drive it would, but if it is, I haven't found it yet, and I've gone through the manual a lot. What's happened to this? Well, I did the assembly video series that I wanted to do on building the 3D printer from Kevin and Julie, and how it happened I've no idea, but nothing appeared on the SD card, and it's got a 32 gig SD card, which it can go up to 64, I think it is. Anyway, I've done a test video since, and nothing on the SD card. Yes, I've not fallen into my usual trap of not pushing the record button to make sure that was on. The screen did used to light up, doesn't anymore. Battery's charged. So there's been some kind of major failure with this. I don't mind losing this because it only cost me a tenner, but I do mind losing all that footage. So what I'm intending to do, because Kevin wants to learn how to use a 3D printer and build one himself, I'm going to buy another one so that he can build it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series of videos first that I wanted to on this camera, the 30 gig hard drive one, and then I'm going to take it apart so that he has Kevin has the experience of building it himself. The reason I'm going to do it that way is he's camera shy, and I think it's just embarrassment because he coughs a lot because of his OCPD. Anyway, the chest complaint he has. OCPD, I think. Well, it's something like that anyway. No doubt you'll correct me in the comments. Right, so that's that. That's the bad and good news. The other good news is the 3D printer is working flawlessly. I've already done what I consider to be a major mod, which in the future I am sure will be very, very, very helpful. Anyway, I've been coming down in the lab and I've been a bit busy making my light boards up, and I can get them on the camera, and also to make life easy for me, because what I was doing was I was doing a row of LEDs, getting a 9-volt battery, a couple of leads over each end, test it lights, that's okay, they're all the right way around, they're all soldered up, next line. So I knocked up this simple gizmo. You just solder the plus and minus to the first set of plus and minus, and as you do each row, press the button, lights up, go on to the next row. It's speeded everything up by about, I suppose, yeah, about a minute per row. So There's 19 rows, so that's a big chunk when you're doing several at a time. So they're coming on. I've also started cutting down boards to fit Jace's frames. Thank you once again, Jace. Perfect. And I was right, I did leave enough on the edges to cut off down to the edge of the tracks, and they fit in beautifully, as you could see. So I'm chuffed with that, and I can't get over how well these are made, Jace. Thank you ever so much. You're a star. Right, what else have I been doing? The power supply for my camera is a bit Heath Robinson at the moment. Sort of looks like that. And I've got a DC to DC converter in here that takes it from 12 volts down to 11.2 I think it is, something like that. Right, so that's that bit. What else have I been up to? Told you about the light boards. Oh, there's probably 1,001 things. But anyway, the next part, yes, right. This will go from, good question, 24 volts I think it is, or 12 volts, can't remember. But it goes up to 250 volts. DC that is, not AC, DC. And when I found it, I thought, aha, my basic electric car controller. So what I intend to do is, that's the pot that takes, that adjusts the voltage output, and I'm going to use that as part of the accelerator. How good that will work, I've no idea, or if it would work, no idea, till I try it. So that's that bit. I can't remember what I told you before, but that's a 100 volt pack, and so that controller will be able to handle that, no problem at all. And that isn't 250 in, is it, Raymond, you twat? Now, if you put in, I think you can put in up to 200 volts, and you can get 200 out, but it'll control the output from, I think it's 60 to 200, something like that. I'll try and look up the sellers that I got this from and show you the specs. If I can, I'll put them here, or I may even just do a complete screenshot so that you can pause it and read it properly. That sounds a better idea, so I think I'll do that. There's going to be two of these in parallel to start with, simply to see A, how well it runs, B, how controllable it's going to be, and 3, I'm going to do a push bike and sidecar system to try out the motor control system. So that's going to be coming. And then I know I said I wanted to do it this year, but you know what's been happening. Next year I see no reason whatsoever why we can't have the car built. So fingers crossed, eh?